Hello, speech class. Let me introduce myself. My name is Casey Padal, and I will be your teacher for these next 21 days. My cell phone number is on the page. Use it. Text me. Call me. Please don't call or text after like 9 or 10. I go to bed pretty early, so please be respectful with that. Don't text me at 2 o'clock in the morning, because then I'll respond back when I get up at 5. So just keep it in normal hours. But this class is going to be fast paced, but you can do it. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to give you guys a rundown and talk to you about the most important things that you will need to know. So if you need to get a piece of paper and write this down, here are the tips for you to be the most successful. Number one, communicate with me. I am in the class all the time. I have my phone with me all the time, so I'm easy to get a hold of. Communicate with me. If you have questions, let me know. Don't ever think you're bothering me. It seems like every text I get, I'm sorry to bother you. You are not bothering me. That is my job, and I want to help you. And check for feedback. If you submit something, I grade pretty quickly. You have to go in and check for feedback. So if you submit something late or you resubmit an assignment, you need to make sure you let me know. Send me a text. Say, hey, I submitted that a little bit late. Everything will be due at noon Central Standard Time. And the due dates are all posted. They're all there. I'm not taking any assignments away. I'm not, adding anything. So you are free to work ahead. There is a late work policy of 5 points per day that you are late with an assignment. We have a couple of discussions over topics, and I do not accept those late, so make sure you get those in on time. Again, I know this class is going to be fast-paced. At summer session, it's 21 days, but it is definitely doable. So if you communicate with me and check for feedback, that's going to be at the top of the list. That's going to be, how you are 100% most successful is just by communicating with me. Number two, make sure you're reading over everything. You're reading over the directions. You're looking at the announcements. You're going to miss a lot of stuff if you don't. That's where the bulk of my students miss kind of fall behind or don't get a good grade on something. Is they just don't read the directions. They don't go in and let me show you here. Let me make me small. Oops. Let me make me smaller, and you can see the class here. So let's just say, for example, you're going to do this speech down here, your final speech, and you don't click on this right here. The directions, all of this, topics, all of this right here, and you don't see this, you might pick one that's at the top of the list here and risk having to redo all of your work. Again, if you check back for feedback, that will also eliminate stuff like that from happening. On our outlines and written versions, you have to follow the examples. So they're posted, but it needs to look just like this. So I would just copy and paste and put in your own stuff. And but you have to start with general purpose, specific purpose, attention grabber, reason to listen, and so forth. You have to have all of those things in there in all of the written versions that we do. So all of the examples, all of the directions, everything you need, it's posted in the class. You're just going to have to make sure that you go in, you read it, you watch it, and ask questions when you don't. Here's the biggest question I get. I don't have an audience. I don't know what to do. You don't need to email me about your audience. You do not. So here's the thing. The rubric shows you. Let's just go to this one, for example. Let's go and look at the rubric that you're going to have for your speeches. It is posted what you will be deducted for an audience. You have to have one. You have to have 4 adults. If you're quarantining, you can still have an audience via FaceTime. You can Zoom them in. That is just fine. But you save the emails about the audience because 4 required. But I don't care if they're zoomed in. I get it that this is different. So if they're not physically there and you have to FaceTime them in, if you have to Zoom them in, I am 100% fine with that. And if you cannot do that, you can see right here, it's just 5 points. So there's that. When you get to the ones with the visual aid, make sure you're really looking over everything because you don't want to hold your laptop. You're not going to have it here and hold it while you give your speech. It'd have to be next to you. If you can't project it, if you don't have a projector to be able to, project it like I think in the example it's projected. But if you don't have that, then you can have your laptop next to you and just interact with it. Just make sure that you're not holding it because then you can't have any body language. You do have to stand up. I know I'm sitting down for this, but you have to stand up and I have to be able to see all of you, you know, because if you're zoomed in, I can't see you. So make sure you're facing the camera. You can just get your phone, you know, scan the audience to show they're there, and then have it on you. I need to be able to see all of you, you know, not just from here up, but I need to be able to see all of you so I can grade you fairly. So let me come back out to our class. So due dates, check it, and you can see the due dates are all here, right here. I'm in the process of changing due dates, so if you're looking at the video going June 2nd, but I'm updating that now. But every section has all the directions that you need. You can see the rubric for what you're you know, going to be graded on. The examples are there on how to format your written versions. So communicate, communicate, communicate. Watch for announcements, watch videos, read directions, watch for feedback, follow the directions, FaceTime, zoom in an audience if you need to, and let's have fun with it. So if you have questions on anything, I don't mind if you call me, I don't mind if you text me, and let's have a good 21 days.